Hola! Welcome back to the farm. It's almost time to start harvesting our olives, but before we can grab beauties like these, there's a few things we need to do. First, we lay a great big tarp under any of the trees we're harvesting to make sure it catches all the olives that fall from the tree. George grabs a long-handled fork or a rake designed to pull the olives off the tops of the trees, and I get my hands ready because the simple thing about picking olives is kind of like milking a cow. You find a branch with a lot of olives, pull down and grab them. And that's all there is to it. A lot of producers have big tractors with machines that come along and hug the tree and shake it like crazy. But because you can see we don't have that many trees to harvest, we do it all by hand. We still net a lot of olive oil. Last year, we were able to get 81 liters off of 22 trees. It was amazing for us and plenty for friends and family. As soon as we have the first bucket load of many loaded up, George makes a quick trip on the tractor about a mile down the road to town, where he drops off the olives to our Pueblo's community press. Our harvest will be processed along with all our neighbors and blended with olive oil produced throughout the season. The olives are emptied into a hopper that catches leaves, and then they're sent up a conveyor belt to be weighed and checked for oil volume. The next part kind of reminds me of a car wash. The olives go through a really rigorous water shower, removing any last little bits of leaves, then get shaken off, and the rest of the water is blown off before they make their way to the macerator, a heavy metal awl that mashes them up into a paste and stirs them until they start to release oil from the solids. The final pass is to send them through the centrifugal chamber that spins the paste at such a high speed, it separates the oil, water, and solids. And what we finally see is an incredible stream of freshly produced olive oil. The aroma is already enough to make me hungry. The whole process creates a foam on the top of the oil that the mill master gently skims off the top and sets aside to settle out. It isn't really tough to do. I tried my hand at it, but it's a constant process of paying attention while that oil is filling up the tank. Finally, the oil is transferred into large stainless steel vats to rest for a few days and settle out before bottling. But before we left, we had the chance to see the really old press machinery they used for years, where the paste would be spread between layers and layers of woven, round hemp mats and then squeezed until it released all its oil. It's a pretty romantic vision, even though the new machinery produces much better oil. After 3 days of hand harvesting and lots of trips, we're done for the season. Now, all we have to do is to get ready to enjoy some super fresh olive oil in the most traditional way to celebrate all that hard work. We'll peel some of our own garlic, and then George will stoke up the fire and wait for the coals to be just right. As soon as the fire dies down, George will grill some chunks of country bread until they're nice and toasty. The crunchier the better, because it's finally time to rub a garlic clove all over those rough edges and pour with abandon. Buen provecho! It's time to find your favorite, so click on this playlist to watch part 3 to learn how to taste it and how to pair it with your favorite dishes.